this joint conference of the European Society for Central Asian Studies and the Central Eurasian Studies Society, it's the first cooperation between these organizations. The first time, the one organization was founded already 30 years ago, the other almost 20 years ago. And we've talked for a long time about cooperating, and it makes sense to cooperate, but this is the first actual cooperation. So it's special in that respect. And part of the effect of that cooperation is that it's become a very large conference. It means we have a very large number of people here. It's the largest gathering of international scholarship on Central Asia that has ever occurred. Within the region, that is. We've had larger conferences in North America, but within the region it's the first, the largest. And large is not necessarily good, but what makes it good is that it means that you have a large number of people who are working on different themes coming together. You can go to panels that are on a common theme seen from a completely different perspective, and so it opens up lots of possibilities that wouldn't exist if you had a smaller group of people that are more focused on a particular area. It's also special in that we see the development of scholarship, especially in Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan, in spite of not being the wealthiest country in the region, in many ways it's the country that has been most supportive of the development of regional scholarship. Creates the best circumstances for that compared with neighboring countries. So it really makes things possible here with the local participants from Kyrgyzstan, but also the environment that exists here. And this university itself, the campus, is a wonderful environment for holding a conference like this.
So the topic of my talk is sacred geography and power relations in contemporary Kyrgyzstan. And my main argument is that sacred geography, as the initiative and work of many people, currently is one of the social fields which has its own impact on social and political fields. And I would try to prove my argument using the structure of sacred sites. I would show that certain sacred sites are connected to Islam, some of them are connected to manas, some of them are connected to history, and I will try to show how this dynamic works to impact social processes in the country.
We were very glad to have the opportunity to host this enormous conference of the European Association for Central Asian Studies and the Central Asian Studies group here at AUCA. It's the first really big international conference, academic international conference that we were able to organize. And I think from an organizational standpoint, it came off beautifully. Everybody got here, everybody left here, everybody was happy with the way things were put together. So in that respect, the CASI, the Central Asian Studies Institute, led by Svetlana Jackson, was able to provide a really good space and a good opportunity for scholars from all over the world to interact with each other. But at the same time, because of something like 25 AUCA faculty members took part in the conference, it means we also provided the intellectual backbone for the conference, which is extremely important.
So what is ESCAS? ESCAS is, I think, the association that most than any other in the world now represents the field of Central Asian and Caucasian studies in a way that is truly transdisciplinary. It has a tradition. It is made up of scholars of all levels of career and achievement, from the graduate students to very senior scholars. And I think this is something very peculiar of ESCAS. And it is also, I think, the association that more than any other among its equivalents has managed to build a bridge between Central Asia and Europe and even beyond. ESCAS conferences are conferences where you find anybody from Japan to the United States, and above all, a very, very significant contingent of scholars from Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, even Uzbekistan, and this year even Pakistan, despite the difficulties they had to face in coming here. And I think that this is something that is very peculiar of this organization and needs to be maintained and strengthened. In the future, we need to work more to improve our collaboration with Central Asian scholars and even with the regions that are neighboring Central Asia.
My name is Dilshad Ashraf and I'm from AUCA University Institute for Education and Development in Pakistan. This was my very first experience of attending this very important conference. I think the conference was an excellent forum for engagement in scholarly discourse around very many topics in multidisciplinary approach around Central Asian studies. I think this was wonderful. There was the sessions which I attended were indeed kind of reflective of that interest and engagement